Absolutely. You know, everyone supposes that this is one of the worst experiences of my life, and it's actually been one of my greatest. If I were not beaten to death, I was going to work myself to death on the outside. And I never had time to get back into my Bible and to pray and to be with the Lord. And I, being here incarcerated, have had time, of course, to get closer to God, to reacquaint myself to Him and realize what it's all about. This is all temporary. And when I say temporary, I don't mean by being set free in jail or from prison or wherever else. It means being set free and temporary, meaning that you work for something higher, you work for God, that you strive for your crown to be placed upon your head by Jesus Christ by being said, "You have done well, my good and faithful servant."
Alright, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and can will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questionings if you wish. Alright. You good, dude?
Hello, happy Monday, 12/9/2024. I am so excited to be back with you guys today. I have a few things that I want to do in housekeeping matters before we get started with our ever faithful forgiveness master, Sarah Boone. I wanted to say first and foremost, thank you to every single person that subscribed to my channel this last week. I am going to be forever grateful. I have no words. Second of all, I do read at this point every single comment that comes in, and I try to get back with everybody and at least leave some sort of sign that I've been there and I have read your comment. If I miss you, you can gripe me out. That's fine. If I don't, it just keep them coming. The comments keep me grounded, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I did try to set up the the recordings to have closed caption 100% of the time. Give me some feedback on that if you get a chance, and let me know. I had a nice person let me know that they were not real happy about the use of my word unaliving. And I'm only going to touch on that for a second. I did talk to a bigger creator that I look up to, and she told me to screw it and use it. So I may change around a little bit of the verbiage and how I use the word. Instead of using the word unaliving, I may go ahead and use the word homicide or the word murder in my projects. I can't guarantee you I won't slip up and accidentally say a word like unaliving, but you know, I digress. Anyway, when we last left off, Sarah was still in the middle of her forgiveness speech, and we were on page 44 of her behavior notes. And I have waited all weekend to come back with you guys and read these. I am so here for it. Now, let me get this scrolled up a little bit so I'm not having to read alone and you guys are able to follow. I see something first off. This is where we left off on 9/5 of 2022 and the negative officer impact. Oh, also, one more housekeeping thing I forgot. So the reason that I read the inmate verbally refused the breakfast tray and then by dates is just for context and just for purposes of that's what the document says. I've been kind of skipping it over in the last couple of ones. I've just kind of been saying, 8:15, 8:14, 8:30, kind of over it a little bit. But to some degree, I definitely want to put in there that she's, skipping her breakfast and she's skipping her lunch. And she might have had her, commissary bag, and she may have been, skipping her breakfast and lunch because she had plenty of commissary snacks and cheese saved up. I don't know. But I just kind of like to read it for context. And I also kind of look at it from my standpoint when I'm going to sleep at night and I'm listening to somebody read and I'm not looking at a screen. Sometimes it's easier to just take the context in like that. So that's part of the reason I do that. Um, like I said, we're on page 44, and it starts out on 9/5/2022 at negative officer contact. All inmates were given expectations at the beginning of shift. Inmate Boone is receiving this negative for backtalk when given a verbal directive and her constant disregard of the dorm rules. All inmates were advised of the dorm rules, which include being properly dressed in their Orange County issued blue uniform while in the dorm. We've seen that blue uniform. Smexy. Inmate Boone was observed with her blue Orange County uniform pants walking around top tier. She was counseled in regards to her negative behavior, in which she became argumentative with me. She was advised that any future incidences will result in formal disciplinary action. So wait, what was she wearing? All inmates were advised of the dorm rules, which include being properly dressed in their Orange County issued blue uniform while in the dorm. Boone was observed without. Oh, what the hell was she wearing if she didn't have any uniform pants on? Please, somebody enlighten me. What was she wearing? Boone was observed without her blue Orange County uniform pants, walking around top tier. No, ma'am. Not with your dirty butt. We know you ain't been taking a shower either. Anyway, negative earned. 9/6/2022, breakfast tray was available, offered, inmate refused. 9/8/22, refused. 9/9/22, inmate is receiving this positive for assisting dorm trustee with dorm chores in preparation for inspection. Inmate is willing to always volunteer when help is needed. Clappity clap for Sarah. Clappity clap. Good job in September. 9/12, refused breakfast. 9/13, negative officer contact. Charnay Slaughter. What a name. What a name. During shakedown, inmate 205623 had a extra uniform and towel. Inmate Boone has also been warned several times to use her assigned locker. Inmate Boone has property in both lockers. I thought they locked the shit. Did we not hear that they locked it? I'm pretty sure we read that they locked it. And why do you have an extra uniform and a towel? You're not wearing your uniform. Sarah Boone, Sarah Boone. 9/14/2022. Lock number blah was added to bunk 35 locker in order to keep inmate Boone out of the locker. This time leave it on there because this girl. 9/14, refused breakfast. 9/17, inmate refused to shower. 9/19, inmate received a razor. Whoa, hello? Hello? Inmate received a razor at lockdown. Razor returned intact after use. Officer contact note on 9/30/2022. This inmate states she is unable to conduct her chore of cleaning the top tier due to her having surgery. Be advised, a notebook entry was entered on September 9th, 2022, stating inmate is receiving this positive for assisting dorm trustee with dorm chores in preparation for inspection. Inmate is willing to always volunteer when help is needed. This entry was entered well after her surgery date. Inmate Boone is also housed on the top tier and commutes up and down the stairs with no problem. The only medical alert this inmate has for her, a second pillow. I didn't see that coming. Lord bless her. I did not see that. The only medical alert in this inmate. Please, please help me. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. The only medical alert this inmate has is for a second pillow for her back. Nothing that states she cannot work. Inmate Boone attempts to use her surgery as an excuse to get out of cleaning when it suits her and tries to manipulate officers. I mean, she just did volunteer and did all of that stuff. So if it's her idea, it seems to be okay. But when it's not her idea, it seems to be somebody else's issue. I can't do it because I had surgery. Can't do it. Can't walk up and down. But I do need a second pillow for my back. Thank you. 10-8, 10-9, 10-11, all refused breakfast. 10-12-2022, negative officer contact. Shakedown conducted. Inmate in possession of 3 towels. Negative earned. Well, you are showering. What do you need all those towels for? 10-12, refused breakfast. 10-17, inmate received a razor at lockdown, returned intact. 10-18, 12-18 a.m., negative officer impact. Here we go, guys. Here we go. This is the one we've all been waiting for. I'm going to move my little button over here so you can see it. I'm going to move my button so everybody can read this with me. This is from Shamika Thomas. Negative officer contact on 10/18 of 2022 at 12:18 a.m. It was input at 4:49 a.m. That's when they put it in. This is the incident. This is when it gets put into the system. And this is who puts it in, the officer that puts it in. Inmate Boone, Sarah, number 20005623, was observed with 3 sandwiches in a clear Ziploc bag, 30 packets of sliced cheese. Let's read that again. 3 sandwiches in a clear Ziploc bag and 30 packets of sliced cheese. Inmate Boone stated that she's allowed to have them for her diabetes and that corporals on the other shifts say she can have it. Inmate Boone argued with me, and when I advised her it was contraband, I advised Inmate Boone she is only authorized to have 1 locker. Inmate Boone continued to approach my desk several times, inquiring about the contraband and having all her commissary in Inmate Pena Cristina's locker. I gave a verbal directive for Inmate Boone to remove her commissary from Inmate Pena's locker and whatever does not fit in her own locker to come downstairs and get a property form to send all remainder items to property. Inmate Boone was counseled on her disrespectful, negative behavior. Corporal Taylor is aware and addressed her concerns. Negative earned. Now we know why she's not eating. She's hoarding cheese. Cheese and sandwiches. Sarah. 10/18/2022, no breakfast. 10/25/2022. Be advised during breakfast pass inmate refused her tray. That was new. I like the way that was put. 10/29 and 10/31. She refused breakfast on Halloween. Negative officer contact. Let's go back over here. There we go. I like being over here with you guys. Negative officer contact on 11/3 of 2022. Now, this is almost the second Christmas that we've read about. What's her second Christmas that we've read about? Now, it's not the second Christmas she's been in there, but it's the second one that we've read. At approximately 00:35 hours, I called inmate Smith down to the officer's station to give her a pair of slides that she requested because her current pair had a hole in them. Had a hole in the bottom. Inmate Pereira then came down to the officer's desk yelling, "Those are my slides. I asked for those." I told her that they were not her slides, as inmate Smith asked for them earlier in the shift. Inmate Boone then yelled from the top tier, "Those slides were not for Smith." I told both ladies to stop yelling. Inmate Pereira was sent back to her bunk. Inmate Boone was told to mind her business, as this matter does not concern her, nor did I ask for her opinion. Both inmates were told to cease the noise. Inmates were warned that if the disruptive behavior continues, that the discipline would be progressive. Negative earned in big, bold, red letters. Those slides were not for Smith. You shut your mouth. Meddling heifer. Okay, this is new. 11/3 of 2022 at 1:48 a.m. Negative officer contact. Per the inmate handbook, inmates are to only have only. Per the inmate handbook, boy, y'all make this really hard. Per the inmate handbook, inmates are to only have one after booking and an initial classification. Inmates will be housed according to their custody status and given each item listed below. 1. Inmate handbook. 1. Mattress. 1. Mattress cover, bottom sheet. 1. Top sheet. 1. Blanket. 1. Pillow, OCCD inmate handbook. 4. 1 pillowcase. 1 towel. 1 reusable tumbler. Anything more than what an inmate is allowed is considered contraband. While conducting a shakedown of B dorm, inmate was found to have an extra set of blues in her possession. Inmate also was using the additional locker for the top bunk, which no one is assigned. Same story, different day with this one. Locker was cleared out. Items were confiscated by the officer, and a lock was placed on the other locker. Jeez Louise, girl, get it together. She's not my friend. Sarah Boone, you are not my friend. We're only 46 pages in of 84, and we have had so much drama today with this woman. All right. You know where we're headed. Let's see what we've been forgiven for this afternoon.
I've always tried to be a good and faithful servant. I was just a servant as opposed to doing all that I can when my family were alive and I was going through everything up to this point. I've become so much more closer to the Lord, and it's made me such a better person. And I hope that I am an example going forward of the Lord's light and can draw many people to me because of it.
Thank you.
Any follow-up, State?
No, I assume that was the final word.
Thank you.
I assume that was the final word.
She returned back to council's table.
Get your ass over there.
Anything else from your side of the ledger, Mr. Owens?
No more witnesses, Judge, just arguments.
Okay. Anything else in rebuttal, or just proceed to argument, State?
All right. So amen to that.
Yes,
I was going to say a little
that was
sermon.
quite,
I appreciate her. I do. And let's bring in our guests with us, criminal defense attorneys Jack Rice, Josh Schiffer. Gentlemen, great.
These are my favorite glasses, guys. Like, this guy right here is just the life of the party. I like him a lot. And this guy's very, very animated. Very animated.
Great to see you, as always. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. And here's my point that I want to make to you guys and our viewers, and I want to get your response. And Josh, I'll start with you.
Look at this guy's face. And Dilap, look at this. Can you see him? Can you see his face? I can't get it no closer, can I? I can't make it full screen. Can I? God, there it is. Like, I just don't know. I don't know if I can get any closer, but this is amazing. I really would like to have him as like a mascot. I like it.
She's telling her truth. Now, if she's narcissistic, I think she pointed out the events as she believes, truly believes they happened.
I think you're right.
Is there any value at all in it? Now, I heard you guys previously talking about quickest way to the longest sentence, et cetera, et cetera. But is there any value at all in the fact that she's sitting there, she's telling her truth, and it's just the way she sees the world?
Well, she is telling her truth, and there's deep value for her because this is her uninterrupted free time to fully and completely explain everything she wants. And she did that. And she did that emphatically and clearly had spent enormous efforts planning this long, explanation for her and her behavior and her requests and her feelings about what happened in this terrible tragedy.
You see him? He's still having to push that little kitty out of the way. We saw little kitty tail. I feel you, man. I feel you.
Unfortunately, I'm viewing this as ammunition and a free swing for a judge who has no other reason but to basically say, so lady, we just heard all that. You didn't change anything. And if anything, you've upset us even more.
That could be the case. She had a lot to say. What about this, Jack? Weigh in, because Michael said, maybe this is off.
I want to wait to see what Jack's weigh-in is. Let's go back over here for a little while longer. And I'm going to have to go to, I think the next part is the actual sentencing. Where she doesn't really have any reaction whatsoever, but I still like to hear the words the judge had to say. All right, back over here. Take the little voodoo doll off here so you guys can still see. All right. Disruptive behavior. Locker was cleared out. Okay. 11/3/2022. Inmate refused breakfast. 10/29. And oh, wait, how did we get back there? Oops. Okay, there we go. It looks like on 11/3/2022, inmate Boone was provided 2 bras. Congratulations. 1 for each personality. 11/17, 11/18, 11/20, 11/25, refused breakfast. On 11/28/2022, inmate refused her breakfast tray and her milk for informational purposes only. 12/1, 12/3, refused breakfast. 12/6, refused shower. 12/7, refused breakfast. 12/9, refused breakfast. 12/9 also was given opportunity to shower but refused. 12/11, refused breakfast. And 12/14 and 12/15 as well. 12/20, 5:48 a.m., negative officer contact. At approximately hours. This was put in at 5:48 a.m., created at 5:49 a.m., so it doesn't really tell what hours that happened, but we'll go with it. I'm going to throw this phone across the room, if anybody doesn't mind. Good, turn it down. There we go. Just distractors. At approximately some hours, I instructed inmate Boone to prepare for downtown court. Instead of getting dressed, I observed her talking in the bunk area. I gave her a verbal order for her to cease the negative behavior and to again get ready. Inmate Boone then stated to me, I can try to move faster, but I will tell you now, I have my cycle and I can't possibly get dressed and brush my teeth that fast. It should be noted that inmate Boone stood at the officer's desk for an extended period of time and refused to leave after given multiple orders. Due to the downtown courts being escorted prior to inmate Boone being properly dressed, she was left on standby for the next group. Inmate Boone stayed at my desk, became belligerent, and demanded to speak with a supervisor. I gave multiple loud, clear, and verbal orders for inmate Boone to return to her bunk and wait until the next escort, to which she refused, stating, I am not going anywhere until I speak with supervisors. You work for me and should be very respectful to me, as I had to change 7 pads this morning. If I don't make it to court this morning, do you not understand what's going to happen to you? Inmate was again ordered to cease her negative behavior or discipline would be progressive. Inmate Boone eventually complied. Inmate Boone will be receiving a negative for the following. 3.18, failure to follow written or verbal order from staff. 3.19, insolence, backtalk toward a staff member. 4.4, using abusive or obscene language or gestures. 4.11, loud talking or unnecessary noise after lockdown. 12:23, refused breakfast. 12:24, razor returned intact. 12:29, refused breakfast. And she went through Christmas, didn't have no problems on Christmas Day. 12:30 and 1-2, as well as 1-3, refused breakfast. 1/4/2023, we're getting closer. Negative officer contact. Shakedown conducted in B dorm. Inmate Boone, Sarah, was found to be in possession of an extra blue uniform. 1/4, 1/5, 1-8, 1-9, 1-11, 1-15, 1-16, 1-17, 1-24, 1-25, all refused breakfast tray. 1-26, inmate refused a shower. 2-1, razor returned intact. 2-3, 2-14, 2-15, refused breakfast. 2-19, razor returned intact. 21, refused breakfast. 2-23, 2023, negative officer contact. Items found in this inmate possession during B dorm shakedown: 1 towel, 36 cheese slices collected from inmate bag meals. Contraband was confiscated and properly disposed of. Negative earned. I'm going to move this little guy so you can see this. Do you see that? Inmate found with 36 cheese slices. What do you think of that? We're going to page 51. We're at 224.23. 224, 225, 33, 36, 38, 39, all were refused breakfast. 310, 2023 at 1:46 a.m. negative officer contact. Shakedown conducted in B dorm. Inmate Boone Sarah was found to be in possession of an extra towel. She also had an excessive amount of notes and paper attached to her bunk, which is considered destroying, altering, or damaging or defacing government property. This includes graffiti. Per the inmate handbook, inmate was advised that if it were to happen again, she would be sent to L dorm under pending DR status. Dun, dun, dun. 310, 312, refused breakfast. 312 of 2023 at 6:04 p.m. Informational purposes. Inmate Boone advised that when she was exiting the shower, inmate Levette called out something to her. Because of the ongoing issues between both inmates, I told inmate Boone to stay to herself and away from inmate Levette, as inmate Levette was advised to do the same. So maybe that's why she's refusing showers? Is she scared? Oops, what did I do? Okay. Is she scared of somebody? Advised that when she was exiting the shower, inmate Levette called out something to her. Because of the ongoing issues between both inmates, I told inmate Boone to stay to herself and away from inmate Lovett, as inmate Lovett was advised to do the same. I'm wondering. Let me take that banner off. Somebody said that was annoying as well. Look, I'm learning, guys. Give me some time. If there's something you don't like, just leave it in the comments. If it's something I can change and something that's not going to get the channel taken down, I'm good. Your feedback is invaluable. So, all right. Yeah, that leads me to think there might be something going on in those showers. I don't know. I'm not going to feel sorry for this woman regardless. I'm sorry, but I just don't. But that's okay. That's my opinion. You guys can have your own. You can feel sorry for her if you want. I don't necessarily feel sorry for George either. I do feel sorry for the context of the situation. There's a man that has lost his life. All right. 319, refused breakfast. 319, inmate refused shower. 322, refused breakfast. 324, razor returned intact. 325, 327, 328, 329, 45, refused breakfast. 46, 47, 48, 49, 410, 412, 414, 418, all refused breakfast. 419 of 2023 at 5:45 a.m. For information purposes, on this day of Wednesday, April 19th of 2023, inmate Boone verbally refused breakfast at allotted distribution time. This notation is for informational purposes only. Interesting. That was very different from the past. 423, refused breakfast. 424, 427, refused breakfast. 428-2023, positive officer contact, inmate volunteered cleaning detail. Yay, clappity, clappity, clappity. 429, refused breakfast. 54, razor returned intact. 54, also refused breakfast. 56 as well. Information, 5:20, 1:51 a.m. Inmate Boone was issued a personal hygiene razor. Inmate returned the personal hygiene razor complete, intact, unaltered. All appears secure. This notation is for informational purposes only. Very good. Mary. Very good, Mary. Mary, giving all the info. 5:20, 2023. Refused breakfast. Mary is quite detailed. 5:20-23, positive officer contact. Inmate volunteered to work for the day as the dorm trustee due to not having a daytime trustee. Throughout the shift, she displayed a positive attitude while demonstrating a strong work ethic. She maintained a clean day room, scrubbed the shower, cleaned and stocked the bathroom, and helped set up and break down chow. Yay! Yay, Sarah. It was a good day. It was a good day. 5:21, refused breakfast. 5:22, 2023, positive officer contact. Inmate is receiving this positive for taking the initiative to do the laundry in B dorm. Why? So she could steal the blues. So she could get her an extra uniform. Anyway, nonetheless, clappity clap. All right, 5:30, refused breakfast. 6/6/2023, refused breakfast. We're all the way back down into June again. 6/6/2023 at 4:41 p.m. Positive officer contact. Inmate Boone was selected for duty today. Due to the regular B dorm trustee being at court today, she has proven to be extremely helpful and hardworking upon executing her duties. She went above and beyond conducting her duties without being told. Inmate Boone is also helpful and knowledgeable about all duties required to maintain a clean and sanitary dorm. MCO Himes and I were highly impressed with her willing attitude towards helping make the dorm inspection ready. Almost in tears. That's fantastic, Sarah. You get a double clap on that one. And wouldn't you know it, 6/10/2023 at 1:36 p.m. she had another positive officer contact. Inmate Boone is always eager to help with whatever needs to be done in the dorm. For the past 2 days, she's done laundry, served chow, and helped with cleanup following meals and lockdown. She's getting all the prizes. 6/12 of 2023, refused breakfast. We're down to page 56 here. 6/18, 19, 23, 7/6, refused breakfast. 7/7/2023, for informational purposes, Inmate Boone submitted several inmate request forms to speak with me. Inmate Boone asked that I address her concerns about some earbuds that were collected with her radio during a shakedown on 6/30/2023 in Bravo dorm. The earbuds were replaced and Inmate Boone was satisfied. It was from Miss LaShawn C. We'll leave that at that. LaShawn C. LaShawn Cromatai. So they made her happy. She got her earbuds back. 7/11, she refused breakfast. 7/12, razor returned intact. 7/14 and 7/17, refused breakfast, as well as 7/18. All right, let's go back over here and see. I'm going to get the input to this second gentleman that we saw.
Often true that an experience can be what she described as her worst, but also her greatest experience, and she's gotten closer to the Lord. Do you think that's possible for someone after they've been convicted of a crime like this, second-degree murder?
I have to think about what this means. And Michael, I appreciate what you're saying for this reason, because I know people who have spent many, many, many years in prison who will have this greatest regret. They will say, I wish I had done X, or I wish I had done Y. And in this particular case, all of her cards are on the table. Everything that she has is on that table now. Now, the problem is she can pay a very dear price. She can call jail one of her greatest moments. She may need to be really prepared for greatness, because there's going to be a lot of greatness coming for her. So we can't forget that. But there is a cost for the truth that she wants to lay before the court. And she's laying it out there, but boy, I think she's going to pay for that. She just has to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No,
No,
go
you
ahead.
no.
No, I was just going to say, yes, that's exactly my point. My point is that she's willing to tell her truth, and I think she's also willing to pay the cost.
That's what it sounded like to
That's
me
what it
too.
sounded like.
And she faces 22 and a half years to life. That's all I was going to add. So she gave up the plea with 15 years. And I felt the same. She's saying, okay, fine, I'm going to go ahead. And if I get life, I get life.
Exactly. And I think she could not have lived with herself had she not told what, again, she believes to be her truth.
Yeah.
And she did that. And I just wonder, is there any value at all in that as far as the way the court might look at it?
And sentencing is set up. She could do that. She's not going to be cross-examined. She can give a statement. She chose to do that.
She chose to do that. That was all on her. We made it through 29 minutes of that I forgive you speech. Whatever will we do now? We are, for the moment, going to go back to our notes. Where we were last left off. 6:18. All of these are refused breakfast tray. Wanted to speak to, oh no, we did chromatize. Okay, let's go to the next page. Page 57. 724 refused breakfast. 7/27/2023 at 6:12 p.m. Marcy Himes says she had a positive officer contact with Sarah Boone. Inmate Boone has been a great asset to me over the past 2 days. She has worked diligently with maintaining the cleanliness of the dorm due to an injury to the dorm trustee's finger. Inmate Boone has worked nonstop with cleaning laundry, restocking the toiletries, and making supplies lists for the dorm. She organizes a cleanup crew to assist with accountability for the chemicals and is very attentive to the handling of all of the supplies. Inmate Boone always offers her assistance and never requires anything in return or complain. I really appreciate all of her consistent assistance and is therefore issuing her this positive. Marcy, that's so nice of you to do. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, clappity clappity. Okay, 7/28. That's next day. Oh my gosh, a whole different person. Is she improving? Is she improving in 2023? Inmate Boone has helped throughout the day with dorm cleaning and laundry. Inmate Boone goes above and beyond to help throughout the shift. Pick me! Pick me! I'm Sarah! Pick me! 7:31, 8:3, 8:4, all refused breakfast, and 8:7, razor returned intact. 8:8, refused breakfast. 8:11, negative officer contact. Back to some shenanigans. Inmate Boone was late to the medication line despite several calls to come to the medication line. She is aware of this negative. 8:14, refused breakfast. 8:20, 8:22, 8:23, and 8:23 refused breakfast. 8:25 razor returned intact. 8/25/2023 at 7:29 p.m. Shamika Thomas says, upon arrival to the dorm, the shift change pass on from A2 Shift Officer Vasquez was that inmate Boone had a visitation at 3 p.m. today with visitor Matt Johnson, and it was disconnected. Officer Vasquez advised me she contacted visitation, but no one answered. Inmate Boone approached the desk and informed me of the information above. At approximately 19:29 hours, I contacted video visitation via landline and spoke with video visitation supervisor Stanford. I inquired about the reason why inmate Boone's video visitation was disconnected. Supervisor Stanford advised me that the visitor, Matt Johnson, a reporter, misrepresented himself and must go through the proper channels in order to conduct a video visitation. Inmate Boone was informed. Inmate Boone asked who the supervisor was I spoke to, and I advised her that I am not able to give her the supervisor's name, but the supervisor's name will be documented in her inmate notebook. This is for informational purposes only. Trying to get one up on everybody, are you, Booney? 826 and 827. You know, I find that a little insulting, considering you wanted to keep all of us out of your trial and keep us away from watching justice be served for a man that you aided in dying by zipping him up in a suitcase, but you want to get on here and show the world, well, we foiled the world, but you want to show the world that there was a reporter sitting in your video visitation. You want to give them all of the information. You're just trying to control the narrative, girl, and it did not work. It's still not going to work. Refused breakfast on 8/26 and 8/27 of 2023. 8/29/2023 at 8:09 a.m. Negative officer contact. Inmate Boone is receiving this negative due to having a contraband pillow. Upon inspection of Inmate Boone's pillow, it was found to have two pillows into one. Inmate Boone's pillow also had staples holding it together. Pillow was confiscated and disposed of. Staples. 9/2 of 2023, positive officer contact. This girl gives me more whiplash than a ride at Six Flags, man. Inmate Boone is receiving a positive officer contact. She assisted with dorm duties without even being asked to do so with no hesitation. Let it be noted that Bravo Dorm does not have a daytime trustee at this time, and Inmate Boone was awesome with stepping in and making it happen throughout the entire day. Positive earned. Thank you, Sarah. Clappity clap. All right, we're going to do one more page today, and that'll leave us at 59 of 84, or that'll leave us on page 60 of 84. 9/5 of 2023. 9/6, refused breakfast on those 2 days. 9/9 of 2023 at 2:44 p.m. with negative officer contact. Day room and dorm expectations were given to all inmates verbally when the day room opened, during and after lunch. All inmates were ordered to have all personal property kept in the inmate's property drawer. All inmates were given a chance to correct any issues before a visual check was conducted. Inmate Boone did not comply with the verbal order, so she was locked down on her bunk for 30 minutes. 9/15 of 2023, razor returned intact. 9/19 of 2023 at 12:04 a.m., negative officer contact. Inmate Boone was moved back from bunk 36B to bunk 04B due to her constantly disregarding dorm rules. Inmate Boone property was found in another inmate's bunk, Inmate Pena. She was informed previously that this is negative behavior and will not be tolerated. What is it between you and Inmate Pena? What is it? 9/19 of 2023 at 1:46 a.m., there was negative officer contact. While conducting a shakedown of Inmate Boone's bunk, 15 paper clips, 30 pieces of cheese, 3 empty brown bags, 10 pieces of bread, 10 spoons, 6 bra straps, 5 twist ties, 1 extra pillow, 10 cups, 6 whole gloves, 4 cut up gloves, 20 clear bags, several pieces of blue tape, 12 empty chip bags, 7 empty bottles was found in her possession. She also had her property in another inmate locker, Inmate Pena. When I questioned her about it, she admitted to it. All contraband was collected and discarded properly. Negative earned. Yo! This bitch is out of her mind. How much? That's a lot of stuff. This is at her bunk. Okay. I mean, 15 paper clips, that's small. Pieces of cheese, pretty small, I guess. 3 empty brown bags. But 10 pieces of bread? Like, how are you going to hide that? And wouldn't it be stale? Are you preparing for like a birthday party, a cake party? What are you doing? You're not going to make cake out of cheese with bread, maybe mixed with a honey bun? I don't know. 10 spoons? You're going to feed the dorm? 6 bra straps? What does that mean? She just got 2 brand new bras. So what, like the bra strap off of like the shoulder strap? The back? Like what kind of bra straps? Twist ties. Now those twist ties, if I remember correctly, like off of the breads, they have like a metal piece on the inside, right? You can like peel off the color part of it. There's like metal in between that you can bend to your will. I don't know what that's about. An extra pillow. 10 cups. They give you one like cup when you go in, but I guess maybe 10 cups for like coffee. 6 whole gloves. I get that. 40 cut up gloves for what? Cut up gloves? You guys are way smarter than me out here. Somebody's going to have to clue me in because I don't get it. 20 clear bags and several pieces of blue tape. 12 empty chip bags. 77 empty bottles. So yeah, something was... I don't understand. Well, okay. 9/19 of 2023 at 4:08 a.m. Verified with medical nurse Luxius that it was okay for inmate Boone to have an extra pillow in her possession. That leaves us off at page 60. When you join me next time, we got 24 pages left of this journey. I'm so excited. I am so excited to see what happens next with this. Should I do a little sneak peek like we did last time? Let's see. Let's do just a little sneak peek. Oh. Okay. But I don't want to do that. I want to kind of, we'll probably go over this one more time. And anybody in the comments, just let me know what it is that you could use this collection of crap for. Just let me know. And as always, I really appreciate every single one of you. I cannot be more over the moon and ecstatic about you guys spending all of this time with me. As always, thank you for hanging with Hio.